this audiobook covers all the information you will need to know for the AP European History exam. This audiobook will help you remember key facts about European history if it's been a while since you took your AP class. We will start with a thorough review of the main subject areas on the test. Listen carefully for key phrases, vocabulary, and names. It may be helpful to take notes during the review. After the review section for each area, there will be questions to test your knowledge. Go slowly through this section. Make sure you understand the answer and explanation for each question. After the question is read, 5 answer choices will be given. Listen carefully and select the best choice in your mind. The correct answer choice and an explanation will then be given. After you have completed the review of each subject area, you should next listen to the complete practice test. The practice test has 100 multiple-choice questions and 3 essay questions. If you miss a question and do not understand the explanation, it may be helpful to return to the review of that subject area. Let's get started. The Renaissance happened from around 1350 to 1550. The Renaissance is defined as a period of achievement in art and culture. The Renaissance had its own ideas about life and religion. The Renaissance was very influential on European culture. The period before the Renaissance was called the Middle Ages or the Medieval Era. The Middle Ages paved the way for the Renaissance. Here are some important differences between the Renaissance and the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, people thought life was a preparation for the afterlife. The Renaissance was more concerned with the present. The purpose of art was to glorify God in the Middle Ages. The purpose of art was to glorify the individual in the Renaissance. During the Middle Ages, feudal lords ruled over the common people. In the Renaissance, kings in England, France, and Spain took control. The church and religion was central in the Middle Ages. The Renaissance focused on the secular world, which is the material world. In the Middle Ages, the main point of education was to prepare students for religious life. In the Renaissance, education stressed history, art, ethics, and public speaking. Here are some tips for questions which have cartoons, photographs, or artwork. Visual representations will be used to test your analytical skills. Political cartoons are used to stir up public support for a cause. Most of the time, cartoons take a position against rulers in power. Cartoons commonly use distortion, exaggeration, and symbols to get their point of view across. You should pay attention to the figures in the cartoon. Look at the way they are dressed to approximate the time period of the cartoon. The cartoon may have a caption or conversations. Be sure to read these words carefully. Photographs can also be important tools in studying European history. Photographs offer a snapshot of a time period and show how certain people lived. Questions about photographs usually ask what is taking place in the photo. The question will usually ask you to place the photograph in a political context. Questions based on artwork, like paintings, drawings, sculptures, and architecture, are not as common. These questions will be similar to the ones asked about photographs. Be sure to pay close attention to the details and the captions if there are any.